Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below.
It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
Before we get started today, I just wanted to go over a few things. First, let me apologize for the battle report slowing down so much. I've been through a job loss, frantic job search, and my new job takes more time and, frankly, emotionally drains me to the point of exhaustion. Additionally, I've been trying to get home repairs and other projects done I've been neglecting for, well, over a decade. I also recently suffered a personal loss that still weighs on me. I am trying to get back to making battle reports on the regular, and I hope to have more time to devote soon. Secondly, this is part 5 of the Tikonov invasion of Procyon. While you can easily watch this video on its own, I think you would get so much more out of it if you go back and watch parts 1 through 4. Look for the playlist link both here and below. Finally, one thing I have spent more time doing is painting minis. I had intended to include the minis from the Mercenaries Kickstarter and paint up these forces in canon colors. Until I learned that the primary colors of both the 2nd Syrian Lancers and the Republican Guard are red. Red and green for the Lancers, red and black for the Republican Guard. Plus, the Kickstarter stuff still did not come in when I filmed the video. To keep things easy to track, I only did the Republican Guard official colors. With all that out of the way, I hope you enjoy the climax of this mini-series. With Jenny Two Feathers dead and the ruins of her marauder, Lord Ridzik felt nothing could stop him from taking Charles Bridge and Calgary City beyond. Once Calgary City was secured, he could then turn his attention at last to the old Brigadier Corporation plant and the lost tech secrets he was convinced it contained. Lord Ridzik found the bridge still under siege by the Republican Guard senior officer, Major Sandra Stanwalski. Ridzik took the failure in relatively decent humor. He decided he should lead the final push on the bridge personally, and so ordered his family's Thunderbolt brought up to the front line. Passed down for generations, the Thunderbolt was a rare TDR-5L. The so-called Lost Thunderbolt was considered a primitive alternative compared to the TDR-5SB, the Thunderbolt used by SLDF Royal units. Ridzik's Thunderbolt was a stopgap measure meant to address the technological decline of the early secession wars, a temporary primitive production model until the production of the 5SB Royal Thunderbolts could begin again. Now, the ancient mech was one of the very few left in the Innersphere. The mech had lost an arm, having a quick-draw arm fitted in 2991. Its ER large laser and small pulse lasers were still operational. Ridzik would lead the attack personally, confident that the risk of the priceless artifacts would be well worth it once he could unlock the secrets of the dilapidated Brigadier plan. Opposing the High Lord of the Tikonov Free Republic was a small group of Syrian Lancers and Merrick militia forces. Having held off the Republican Guard assaults before, these forces prepared to do so again, while sending requests for additional reinforcements back to Calgary City.
Do you like anime? I like anime. You should watch more anime. Use the link below to go to buyanime.com. They carry a bit of everything, from fun adventures like Naruto to gore-fest battles like Akame ga Kill, to drama classics like Miyazaki's masterpiece, Grave of Fireflies, funny rom-coms, cute girl waifu shows, to, let's go with cultured anime that could make a Canopian blush. Not into discs? BuyAnime.com has more than just Blu-rays. They carry manga, light novels, games, even plushies, and of course, figures. So many figures. So if you are planning to spend some quality time with your waifu, why not support the channel in the process? Use the link below. You won't be disappointed. And now, back to our game.
Turn 1. The Flea charges across the bridge. The Vindicator walks forward, followed by the Enforcer. Free Worlds League Awesome walks onto the bridge. Major Stanwalski follows her Vindicator and Enforcer. The Bulldogs cruise up, joining the Flea. The J. Edgar moves next to the Awesome. The Manticore reverses, moving to protect the mobile HQ. Pavel Ridzik follows the Major Stalker. The mobile HQ and Pike supports stay put. The Manticore fires his PPC and LRM-10 at Major Stanwalski's Stalker, but misses. Lord Ridzik lines up on the approaching fleet, firing his ER large laser and LRM-15. Missiles damage the right and left torsos, while his laser blows off the tiny mech's right arm. The Enforcer also lines up on the fleet, his autocannon rounds blowing out the left torso, and his large laser finishes coring out the center torso. The Free Worlds League mech breaks in half and falls. Both pikes target Major Stanwalski's Stalker, pelting it with light autocannon rounds. The Awesome fires 2 PPCs at Stanwalski. One hits her center torso. Stanwalski replies by unleashing her quad medium lasers and dual SRM-6s at the nearest Bulldog. Lasers and missile fire blowing armor off the tank's turret, front and left side. Laser fire melts one of the treads, making maneuvering the tank much more difficult. The Bulldogs open fire with their large lasers. One misses Stanwalski, but the other hits her right leg. The Vindicator also fires on the Bulldog, his PPC blowing through the front, killing the driver within. Turn 2. The Enforcer walks to the bridge. The crippled Bulldogs crew abandon their tank, racing back across the bridge. The other Bulldog backs off. The Pikes hold their positions. The Vindicator walks to the cliff face. The mobile HQ remains in the rear. The Awesome keeps advancing. Major Stanwalski walks her Stalker forward. The J. Edgar races across the bridge, trying to outflank the approaching Tikonov mechs. The Manticore backs off, trying to protect his command vehicle. Lord Ridzik keeps pace with Stanwalski's Stalker. The Manticore again fires his PPC and LRM-10 at Stanwalski, but again misses. The Enforcer targets the Bulldog, firing his AC-10 and large laser. The autocannon rounds hitting the front, while the laser damages armor of the left side. The Bulldog ignores the Enforcer, again firing on Stanwalski, hitting her left arm. The mobile HQ locks on the approaching Stalker, firing its LRM, but the missiles fail to track. The Awesome fires both PPCs at Stanwalski, but misses with both shots. Lord Ridzik fires his trio of medium lasers, both pulse lasers, and his SRM-2 at the J. Edgar. Lasers and missile blasts armor off the front and turret, one of the missiles finding the hovercraft's right side, ripping gaping holes in the hovercraft's skirt. It starts to lean to one side. Major Stanwalski fires both LRM-10s and both large lasers at the Bulldog, her lasers melting armor off the front and sides, damaging the track system. She snaps a shot off on the J. Edgar, her medium laser blasting out the skirt on the left side, causing the hovercraft to sink to the ground, unable to move. She kicks the nearly helpless hover tank, her massive foot nearly kicking through the front arm. The Pikes again target Stanwalski, blasting her mech with light autocannon. The Vindicator fires his PPC and LRM-5 at the Bulldog. The PPC misses, but a few missiles crack into the front arm. Unable to move, the J. Edgar crew abandon their tank and flee. Turn 3. The Manticore holds its position. Lord Ridzik walks his Thunderbolt ahead. Major Stanwalski stays put, allowing her commander to take the lead. The Pikes aim. The Vindicator jumps behind the Awesome, landing on the bridge. The mobile HQ remains back. The Enforcer leaps into melee with the Awesome. The Bulldog backs off. The Awesome backs out to protect his rear armor. The Enforcer alpha strikes the Awesome, his AC-10 hitting the Syrian Awesome's right torso, his large laser, its right arm, and the tiny medium laser melts some armor off the left arm. He kicks out, hitting the Assault Mech's left leg. The Bulldog fires his large laser and SRM-4 at the Vindicator. The missiles miss, but the laser hits the right torso. The Awesome Mech Warrior lines up on Ridzik's Thunderbolt, fires all 3 PPCs. One blast misses, but the other 2 damage the mech's right and left arms. He kicks out at the Enforcer, but misses. Seeing an opening, the Vindicator pilot moves in. He uses his mech's mass, shoving the Awesome off balance. The Assault Mech tumbles from the bridge, falling 60 feet to the water below. The center torso absorbing the damage of the water and crashing into the riverbed below. The Syrian Mech Warrior breaks 2 ribs, but manages to stay conscious despite the long fall, trapped under the river's water. Major Stanwalski lines up on the Bulldog and empties both her LRM rounds. The missiles dig into the front armor, blasting through, blowing the tank in half. The Pikes change their target to Lord Ridzik's Thunderbolt, peppering his mech with light autocannon. The mobile HQ adds its missile volley to the punishment Lord Ridzik's mech is suffering. Lord Ridzik responds with his ER large laser and LRM-15. Missiles miss, but the large laser burns into the turret's bearings, locking it into place. The Manticore also fires at Ridzik, but his PPC and missiles miss. Turn 4. The Syrian pilot stands and begins the long underwater trek to the nearest river crossing. Ridzik backs off, not wanting to risk the priceless lost tech in his Thunderbolt. The Enforcer marches across the bridge. The Manticore keeps covering the mobile HQ. Major Stanwalski moves forward again. One pike turns around and starts moving away, while the other backs off. The Vindicator also walks across the bridge. The mobile HQ turns around. Major Stanwalski fires on a pike with her LRMs, damaging the front arm. Ridzik adds his LRMs to the volley, but the missiles miss. The Enforcer also fires on the pike. His autocannon misses, but the large laser melts armor off its front. The pikes reply, firing on the Vindicator, blasting it with autocannon rounds. The Manticore also fires on the Vindicator. Its missiles miss, but the PPC blast damages the mech's left arm. The Vindicator also targets the port supply vehicle, but misses with his missiles and the PPC blast. Turn 5. Major Stanwalski and Lord Ridzik march across the bridge. The Enforcer and Vindicator hold position at the edge of the bridge, allowing Lord Ridzik the honor of being the first to step across. The Manticore turns around and follows the mobile HQ flee. One pike flees while the other keeps backing off. Major Stanwalski and Lord Ridzik pepper the pike with LRMs, damaging its treads. The pike replies with its trio of AC-2s, damaging the Vindicator's right arm and left leg. The Enforcer fires his large laser at the pike, but also misses. The Vindicator also fires, his missiles missing, but the PPC damaging the front armor. Turn 6. The Stalker walks ahead, while Lord Ridzik runs, catching up. The pike flees, while the other Republican Guard mechs hold position for Ridzik to make the fateful crossing. Turn 7. New contacts suddenly appear on Lord Ridzik's sensors as Free Worlds League assault mechs crest the hill, entering the engagement zone. The Atlas and Battlemaster running, taking up firing positions. Shocked at the sudden appearance of more enemy assault mechs, Major Stanwalski backs off. The Vindicator and Enforcer also jump back as Lord Ridzik orders a withdrawal, backing across the bridge, fearing more assault mechs incoming. Major Stanwalski fires his LRMs at the Battlemaster, hitting its center torso. The Atlas fires its LRM-20 at the Stalker but misses, followed by the Battlemaster, but he also misses the Republican Guard commander. Ridzik fires his ER large laser at the Battlemaster, hitting its right torso. The bridge now reinforced with at least 2 assault mechs, Lord Ridzik pulls his troops back. As the 2nd Syrian Lancers, Atlas, and Battlemaster lob more LRMs across the river, as the Republican Guard mechs withdraw in good order. Aftermath. Lord Ridzik had suffered the same setbacks as his other commanders in seizing this last objective. Forced to withdraw due to the unexpected appearance of 2 enemy assault mechs, all he could do was re-establish the siege and call down airstrikes once the Omaha Beach could rearm and refuel his Aerotech fighters. His next attack would again encounter the Atlas and Battlemaster holding the bridge. Major Stanwalski forced her attacking forces into the Merrick combat vehicles, but losing the bridge to the Syrians' Atlas, pushing her forces all the way off the bridge, while the Battlemaster used its LRMs to provide additional fire support. However, this time, at long last, the 1st Republican Guard arrived during the battle, having finally slogged through the swamp, crossing and seizing their other objectives. Free Worlds League defenders simply could not hold out against such overwhelming forces. The 1st Republican Guard forces approached the bridge, finding the Atlas on one side of the river and the Battlemaster on the other. The 2 Free Worlds League assault mechs turned to face the newcomers. Cut off, they were overwhelmed, and the bridge claimed. Their commander dead, the bridge lost, the remaining Syrians abandoned Calgary City and limped to the hills, trying to hide out. A week later, 2 regiments of guerrillas fell on the mauled Merrick forces. While they managed to hold off the guerrillas, it was the last straw. The 2nd Syrian survivors managed to board dropships and withdraw, leaving Procyon altogether. Lord Pavel Rydzik stood triumphant, seizing the entire planet. Still excited from the thrill of battle and victory, Lord Rydzik sent a short but expressive message to General Stortek on Elgin.
We have met the enemy and defeated him soundly. A fine time was had by all.
Weeks later, the high of success would only be met by the lows that Lord Rydzik had been wrong. The old Brigadier Corporation plant ruins did not hold a treasure trove of lost tech secrets. At one time, it had been a major manufacturing center. But that had been centuries ago. The orbital bombardment that had destroyed the plant, followed by centuries of neglect, had taken its toll. Extensive searches found useful equipment, some designs, and bits of manufacturing instructions. Rydzik did not find anything approaching what he had expected. Still, the High Lord had taken Procyon and crushed all organized resistance in almost a record time. While there had been setbacks, the plan had more or less worked. The Free Worlds League had been taken by surprise, and the Tikonov Free Republic flag flew over Procyon. Lord Rydzik would not get to enjoy his victory for long. On 21 July 3029, Rydzik's past would catch up with him. He received a videograph and mag key to a hotel room from Elizabeth Liao. Excited to resume their affair, Rydzik would enter the hotel room, only to be shot by the same Capellan agent who had failed to kill him in the restaurant bombing. Hit with a poison dart, Rydzik was helpless as the nerve agent took effect. As a final torment, the assassin informed Rydzik that she had forced Elizabeth to record the message, just prior to killing her. Instead of reuniting with his fling, the High Lord of the Free Tikonov Republic died helpless on the dirty floor of a hotel room. Rydzik's death would benefit the Federated Commonwealth. Ardan Stortek taking up the mantle of provisional leader of the Tikonov Republic and overseeing its transition into the Sarna March. Rydzik's sons would attempt to revive the Republic in 3059 following the collapse of the Commonwealth. But they would fail. The Rydzik Thunderbolt, now reduced to a standard 5S model, destroyed, and the brothers assumed lost. Although the Free Tikonov Republic would not rise again, in 3067, the word of Blake would call upon the legacy of Pavel Rydzik for their own ends.
Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the Battle Reps that are to come.